Breeding and taking care of gamefowl can be tough, especially with the debate whether it's cruel or not going around. To be honest, gamefowl breeders take care of their roosters better than those who breed broilers. It's necessary to condition the bird before the derby as well as in its off-season. A food mix prepared to increase your rooster's ability to fight is the best gamefowl feed. The feed should be chosen from the rooster's nutrition standpoint. You'll also need to understand how your rooster's metabolism works. We'll talk about these factors and more in this article. We've selected the top 6 gamefowl food packets to make things a bit simpler for you. Keep watching to see what fits your bill. If you think that your chickens are suffering from calcium deficiency, this package from Grublis World Harvest is reinforced with 50 times calcium as an alternative to supplements. It's an even better option if you also have hens in your flock with your roosters for production. It'll help in getting stronger eggshells. The best thing about this Grublis feed pack is its higher calcium content. It provides a calcium to phosphorus ratio of 3:1. Your birds can absorb full nutrients and won't need any extra supplementary components such as oyster shells. Getting more for your bucks is always appreciated. Don't be disheartened seeing its calcium content because it also has a sizable amount of protein. It contains 34% minimum crude protein, which is the highest amongst all of the products on this list. Your roosters and hens will get beautiful and healthy feathers. Besides those, this package also contains oven-dried black soldier fly larvae, fiber, lysine, and dietary fat. As you can guess, Grublis isn't only nutritional for the roosters but also quite delicious. All of these nutrients and minerals combined will increase your gamefowl's energy. It'll also enhance the chicken's ability to get back their strength quickly. One additional benefit of having a natural feed mix is that you can bring up your roosters in a natural environment with natural free-run behavior. £5, 10 pounds packs not working for you? Well, you can opt for this huge package of 25 pounds in a 2-pack form. It will suffice for a huge flock of chickens and ducks and provide them with enough nutrition and promote growth. To take the advantage of natural ingredients in raw form, there are not a lot of options like this Scratch and Peck feed. What makes this package from Scratch and Peck stand out? It's common to use soy and corn in chicken feed as an inexpensive protein component. And the fact that it doesn't contain any soy or corn will make you happy. You can keep your rooster's diet free from any potential allergens. It contains ground limestone, fish meal, flaxseed oil, wheat, barley, along with different vitamins and minerals. Other than vitamins and minerals, everything comes in a natural form. This is a completely raw and unprocessed type of feed that has lots of advantages. Despite the risk of getting spoiled from bad packaging, it's the better option because it is easier to consume and absorb the nutrients. Not to mention, this type of unprocessed feed is excellent for fermenting. Check the writings on the pack for more information. The process of fermentation is described on the packet. You can feed this mix to chicks of 20+ weeks of age. Using it before this age won't be a good idea. If you have lots of different animals other than gamebirds, you don't have to buy different feeds for each of them. This non-GMO feed filled with high protein content is perfect for feeding ducks, fish, reptiles, and amphibian animals. Point to be noted: this is recommended for small breed animals. Dried mealworms are a safe and natural way to feed your chickens. You can also spread the mealworm feed on the grass to give the roosters a feeling of natural feeding. Make them accustomed to your feeding patterns by spreading the feed in front of them so that they can get familiarized with the pattern. Just like with most mealworm feed, this one also comes from China. There's no nutritional advantage for a Chinese-produced product, but it costs much less than products from the USA. The feed mix is packed with flavor that the birds love. Thanks to the quick drying method, the smell and flavor of mealworms stay intact. It's full of protein and fat, with crude fiber, edible oils, and vitamins. It's jam-packed with nutritional properties. It'll suit any type of wild birds or game birds as well as other animals that feed on mealworms. Dried mealworms won't spoil, and it doesn't require any refrigeration. If you're worried about storing the feed, then don't. This resealable zip bag is a convenient way to store the feed without any container or a separate bag. The demand for natural non-GMO feed for animals and birds has been rising for quite some time. And this Kamoy bird feed from China ranks right up there with the top products. The comparatively cheap price of it also gives it a push up the ladder. Rich in protein, these dried mealworms are a perfect feed for all types of birds, especially chickens. You can also feed it to reptiles and other animals that fancy mealworms in their diet. Dried mealworms will increase immunity, so your roosters will have strong health going into the Derby season. Want to get your roosters and hens to become accustomed to free-range living? This is your chance to make them habituated with your backyard. Spread the mealworms around and see the magic. The smell and flavor of the mealworms stay intact thanks to the quick drying process. It also stays crisp enough. Not to mention, all of this combined doesn't only make it nutritional but also quite tasteful for the chickens. With enough protein, your chicks will grow beautiful feathers and strong muscles, both necessary for the fighting stage. You should know that this mealworm feed naturally doesn't contain any minerals. This might be something to look forward to in case you want to add supplementary minerals. Besides being a natural unprocessed feed, it's also cheaper. If you're looking for a cheap and additional gamefowl feed mix for maintaining mature chickens, especially game birds, take a look at this package from ManaPro. This chicken feed contains completely natural ingredients, so there is no fear of GMO contamination. Whether you're growing free-range chickens or growing them in a coop, this feed will fit in nicely. Those who don't like processed feed for their poultry will love it. The 7 grains in the mix, namely corn, wheat, milo, oats, barley, millet, and sunflower seeds, are kept in their original form. No artificial pigments or flavors were used in it to keep it full natural. They used non-GMO purple corn as an added color to attract the birds. However, it's been seen that the amount of purple corn in the mix is too little to notice. Now, before you decide, you also need to know that it's not supposed to be a complete solution. In fact, it shouldn't take up more than 10% of your flock's dietary content. Mix it with other feed to complete the list of required nutrients and minerals. To be frank, the protein content in this feed is too low. With 9% crude protein, it falls at the bottom of the ladder. Also, keep note that due to the size of the particles, it isn't fit for chicks under the age of 8 weeks. As one of the more highly rated bird feed, it's natural that ManaPro's food mix takes the top spot. Whether your roosters are young or old, It's perfect for both starting food mix and growing food mix. Your fighting birds will thank you for it. When the birds are in the keep, the technique to grow them is by giving them lots of protein. Whether it's off-season or derby season, the protein content of this ManaPro feed should provide enough stimulants for growth. The 25% protein content also promotes high-quality plumage for the roosters. Additionally, to make the digestion process easier, they have added yeast cultures. It will enhance your rooster's digestive process and ability. Efficient growth is achievable thanks to this addition. It doesn't contain any medication or medicinal properties, so it's perfectly fine to feed it to a mixed flock. However, it contains a lot of vitamins such as vitamin A, D3, and E to bolster your chicken's health, and minerals are there to increase bodily functions. Both will increase the rate of recovery after a fight. You can use it for all ages of gamefowl, but it's especially useful for growing stages.